Colin, you got the intro today?
I do, man. Episode 7. Heckin Cool Dads back at the practice spot. Your boy has been drinking gin and tonics all afternoon.
That's why I wanted you to do the intro. I just wanted it to come right out the gate with that.
While we were setting up, I already finished a beer, so this is prime Colin Simula conversation time.
Oh, yeah?
And Jordan here's got his own Miller Lite.
Yeah, Jordan.
You're welcome to have one of these.
Look, let's.
Can I shout it out real quick? 'Cause I got
yeah,
a
shout it out,
man.
Tell us what I'm about to drink first.
What is this?
So we were drinking. This is called 5 Pale Ale by North High Brewing here in Columbus, Ohio. Cool thing about that place is you can like schedule a thing and you can go in there and you can brew your own beer,
which we talked about doing. Remember?
Yeah.
That's where we
Like
could
your
actually do
mixture
it.
Like you can follow follow their recipes and they talk to you about it, but I'm sure that you could say, "Hey, I know what I'm doing."
Just throw your own shit in there.
Yeah. I want to throw some hot peppers in this shit or something. I don't know. But anyway, good brewery. The beer is fantastic. Full disclosure, my boss and the owner of my company are investors in North High Brewing.
I like that wrist thing you're doing while you're telling the story. It's like
it's like Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
No, we have a couple North High taps in our office, and I found out about this beer the other day. This actually used to be North High IPA, and they just really liked the flavor where it was at, and they branded it his own thing called 5 Pale Ale. So North High IPA is a new recipe now. I think I'm right about that because that is what Gavin from North High told me, I think, on Friday.
Is that the can that's like white and brown?
I think so.
Okay.
And,
I would prefer we just wildly speculate on what the recipe is.
Yeah.
Honestly, that'd be fun.
I know my coworker Duchamp is listening to this because he gives me some good feedback.
Does he listen on YouTube though?
I don't know.
I think that's I've been talking with on YouTube.
Well, my boy Duchamp, correct me if I'm wrong on this, dude, about this, but I'm pretty sure this is a repackaged North High IPA and they've changed the recipe for the IPA. This is really good, though. I've had one already, and it's good.
No, it's definitely good.
I honestly think low-key North High is one of the best breweries in the city.
It seems weird that they decided to change one of the current ones and change it to this versus just coming out with a new one.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to do. Just the old bait and switch. Like, oh, that product's got a little bit of traction. New recipe.
I wouldn't call it a bait and switch because it's been out for a long time. And I might be totally wrong on that story. Like I said. Correct me, please, if I'm wrong.
Well,
But North High, great brewery.
Let's just do like Jordan said. We'll just speculate. We don't. Yeah. This is the one time we don't want anybody to say shit. Just let us go. But want to take a second to shout out Jordan for coming through. Jordan is our technical third guest. He corrected me. I was like, "Hey, man, you're like the second person we had on here." He's like, "Fuck you! Don't give me those accolades."
There's no reason for that.
But
I'm excited to be here, though. Yeah.
We've been using every time we've been at the practice spot, your amp has been our our fucking...
I've seen you've been wildly disrespecting my shit. Didn't even ask. Your shoes are both on it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. Is that cool?
I'm not asking.
I have a 51. I have an EVH 5150 as well, and so I respect that.
I don't respect shit.
I don't get my foot near it.
Yeah, man.
I'm about 3 inches away.
It's that sweet white finish.
I'm about to take mine off.
Scuff it up.
On my shoes?
Because mine looks really gross.
The Tolex?
Yeah, it's bad.
Well, I smoke in your house?
No. I bought mine at a pawn shop. I already hit it. That's the first time. Hit it once.
You're the first.
I bought it at a pawn shop by my office because I went in there and it was for sale it was a 5153, the 100-watt version, big guy. And it was for $750. And I was like, oh, that's stolen. And then I asked him if I could play it in the store. And
oh, yeah, this plays like a stolen amp.
I cranked that shit so loud in fucking Uncle Sam's. Or no. Yeah, Lev's Pawn Shop down on Main Street.
Oh, yeah.
I cranked that shit at 12:30 p.m.
On what cab?
I don't know. It was probably a Marshall 1960 or something like that. It was some shitty cab they had in there. But then I just grabbed the first 7-string I could find on the shelf. It was like down. So, but that's I got it for $750.
Yeah,
and I'm super sorry for whoever that got stolen from.
Nah,
I like the image of you just playing loud as fucking, just shaking around a bunch of divorcees' wedding rings inside of a cabinet.
And circular saws.
They're just
Yeah, mad circular
Weed
saws
whackers.
from from centuries past. They're always like the oldest things too. It's like, oh shit, I got a DeWalt drill, but it's like the first DeWalt drill. That's how it always fucking works. So let's do a quick recap. Like, what have you done this weekend? Let's start with you, Colin.
Oh my God, man!
Not only say this weekend, since the last time we got together, since we're on a weekly cadence, it's easier to talk about.
It has been a exhausting weekend.
Agreed.
Truthfully, I was trying to get out of recording this tonight because I was just been going nonstop all weekend. I scored a weekend pass for Sonic Temple Festival. I didn't buy one when they were cheap, and then I was kicking myself because I really just wanted a day pass for Friday. I wanted to see Meshuggah, and I wanted to see System of a Down just to say I saw them, and Black Label Society because I'm a little white trash, you know. But
you can't hate on those pinch harmonics,
dude. Black Label Society. I will say this:
every time.
Black Label Society live had the best squeals, but I saw Killswitch Engage yesterday, and it was like the end of every riff was like.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to go Friday, and I was like, I'm gonna go buy a day pass because when the tickets went on sale, a day pass was like $40. It was $140 on Friday if you wanted to buy a day pass for that day.
Dude, it's so fucking hot in here.
Turn the fan
I'm not
back
turning
on.
the fan on, but it is so fucking hot in here.
I feel like you're over exaggerating quite a bit.
No.
I'm not sweating, and I'm a good 40 pounds heavier than you.
You're not a good
Anyway,
40
my
pounds.
boy Daryl and his boy Joe hooked me up with a ticket, and dude, I got to see Meshuggah on Friday.
That's what you said was a bucket list.
It was
item,
literally the biggest open checkbox on my concert bucket list was to see Meshuggah, and I was bummed that was going to be at a festival because generally I don't really like festival sound, and you know I would love to see him at like a Newport, you know what I mean, and I'll tell you what, man, their front of house guy,
killing it.
Thanks my boy Josh King for pointing that one out. Their front of house guy. 45 seconds in the set. It was transcendent, man. It was like I forgot I was at a festival. That shit was so goddamn hard. And every minute of their set was so carefully planned, and I never checked out. I was in it. I mean, I just felt like I was in it, and I've never seen it before, and it made my fucking year, man.
That's always great though when a band like really puts on a show. It's not that just them, you know, up there playing the songs, like everything is very orchestrated.
Yeah.
This is when this happens. It draws you in, man. You can't deny something like that.
I've been writing Meshuggah riffs all weekend.
That's that's what I call Alex Nida syndrome. Alex would like listen to a band on the way to practice, and he'd come in and we'd start practicing, and I'd be like, have you been listening to Counterparts today? Because like the vocal tones would just completely change. I think a lot of people do. A lot of musicians do that though.
Yeah.
So, Jordan's a musician. Like I said, we've been using his fucking his table amp for.
I am a musician.
But for how long? For how long?
Till the end of August.
But what are you gonna? Okay, so
How long have I been a musician? Or
let's start there. How long have you been a musician? You're thinking. I see you thinking.
I got my first guitar when I was 14 years old.
And I remember hearing that were you in like a Slayer cover band or something?
Dude,
It was basically a Slayer cover band.
that's awesome.
Like we had like 3 original songs, but then we just padded the rest of the set with Slayer.
That's
Like
not.
we would do like, and not even like B-side Slayer to be like
Just straight
interesting
up
and cool.
fucking-
Like let's do Raining Blood and
Yeah,
Angel
dude.
of Death. Like
So how old were you when that was going on?
I was 18. It took a long time for me to actually join a band. So I like basically just sat by myself in a room and played guitar for 4.5, 5 years.
Yeah, but you picked really good music to play too. Like I sat in a room and learned how to play bass riffs from Korn.
ding, ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, 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 ding.
Absolutely.
Yeah, luckily I went the more technical route.
No.
So it helped out.
My first song on
I've seen
guitar
this
was,
guy play guitar. He shreds. He's
fucking good. I said that
fucking
when he
shreds.
joined like BTC, that was the first I knew, I ever met you was from that fucking band.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, young kid comes in and like the music was changing, the shit was getting good, and then Samara was awesome too. So it sucks that you guys won't be a band anymore, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It's just
You broke up. He told me that today. He texted me that today. I didn't know.
Well, we're still a band, but
Hiatus, indefinite hiatus.
yeah, I'm finishing out the rest of the shows, and then I'm not going to be in that band.
Oh, you're
anymore.
quitting.
I quit.
Yeah, but he's the only guitar player, and you write most of the shit, if not all the shit, right?
I would say
You have
I'm
large
about
part.
60-40 with our singer.
Yeah. So
He writes a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay. So, but
Or he tells me what to.
that'll break
play.
up a band, though. I mean, a fucking large chunk like that. But why? Why, Jordan? Why are you quitting?
I have wild dreams of grandeur.
Oh yeah.
Throughout my life. But now I started doing stand-up comedy, man. It's
Hell yeah.
Woo.
yeah, it's super fun. I don't know.
We actually, I know that you have a paying gig coming up on a Thursday. Is it this Thursday?
Is it in my first feature? It's May 30th.
May 30th. And I know that falls on a Thursday because
a
we've
Thursday.
already canceled band practice to come to it.
I heard.
Yeah.
That's
Does that add any like level of pressure? Knowing that
No.
Where's it
you
at?
just
but no, padding the room for myself, that adds zero pressure. It makes me feel like more of like I'm not sure if this is actually funny because I'm gonna get at least half laughter,
No.
even if it's not that funny.
That's fucking false. I will not laugh at you. If your shit's not funny, I'm gonna fucking heckle you. How long is your set?
Where are you performing?
Oh, sorry. Go.
Club 20. It's right across the street from Mikey's Late Night on High. On
Oh, okay.
Duncan and High.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And how long is your set?
I get 7 to 10 minutes, which is long. Well, it's not the longest. Last Tuesday I did 8.
But was that an open mic or was that a feature?
That was
as
an
well?
open mic. Oh yeah, I just go to open mics.
You're pretty much just doing that like damn near every day then, right?
I mean, I would like to. This fucking being in a band shit's taking up a lot of time.
How much time nowadays though? Are you guys like
Twice a week.
Oh, we thought we were safe coming here this late on a Sunday, and look,
No.
we got some band. God
Yeah, you're
damn,
never safe.
it's fucking crazy. I feel like we can never not have background music
It's
or
fine.
background something.
It's fine.
Last week we did it at my house, and it was like, the fucking toilet pipes. were
So
like,
much shitting
So
happening.
much shitting was happening.
So much shitting.
Yeah. No, I told my wife, I was like, were you taking a shit or something? Like, what was all the water? She's like, I did the fucking dishes, you asshole. I'm like,
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so you actually called that, remember? You're like, maybe she's doing the dishes like she should be.
Dude,
They
Amy,
love
I'm
that.
so
They love when
sorry.
you
I
say
did
No,
not
shit
mean to
like that.
make you feel that way.
Legitimately doing the dishes. I said, fuck, man. Colin called that. So we talked about a lot of stuff last time. We checked off a lot of the things. And one thing that we talked about on a previous episode that I want to bring back, because as I listened to it, I thought of more things to talk about. Things that got stolen. Is there anything that got stolen in your life that, like, to this day you're still mad salty about? And what brings this up is you talked about getting your stereo stolen from your Jeep.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of like, who fucking cares, right? You said you've actually kind of enjoyed it, but
Yeah,
is there
I love
anything that got stolen that you're kind of just to this day like, man, fuck, I can't believe that got stolen, or you're salty about?
Yeah.
What? Don't come at me with some bullshit like my heart. Don't do that.
My heart was stolen by
Yeah.
God.
Wow. I was thinking your wife, but
I was just trying to make the weirdest.
Dude, you're taking too much time. Someone stole my Dyno GT in 2001 from my parents' backyard. If you live on the west side and you have a Dyno GT red, I'm fucking coming for you, man. I'm mad right now. I was 12.
You know what's crazy about that is the story that made me bring this up is about my
Did you
bike.
steal my bike?
No, it's about my bike being stolen. I had 2 bikes stolen. 2. I had a lowrider. You guys remember like lowrider bikes
Yeah,
and shit?
obviously,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I used to build lowrider bikes, and I just got one done. Nice as fuck. I was cruising the neighborhood, and this guy goes, "Hey, man, have you seen," and he inserts some name. And I was like, "Oh, shit, I know that guy." I was like, "No, I haven't seen him." He's like, he pulls me over to a fucking alley. 2 guys jump me. They take my bike and put it in the trunk of their car. I see their car. I know it's like green car, tinted window, had a little green sticker at the back. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I watched a lot of like Law and Order. I was like,
Liam Neeson Taken style. You're like, fucking.
Yeah. So that was number one.
Database.
I was just checking off the boxes. No, so that was one. And then my other one was also a bike. Now I hustled. This is where I learned to hustle.
You should be better at keeping your bikes.
This is bullshit. I actually blame Kyle for this one. Let me tell you why. So I had a real nice GT crank, handlebars, gooseneck. This guy really wanted it. He's like, "I'll trade you something for that." "Well, what will you trade me?" "Trade you a crossbow." I was like 13. I said,
Hey,
"Fuck, say no more, fam." Like, what do you want? So I got a crossbow for that.
And then you got your bike back immediately?
No.
Because you killed that man with a crossbow?
I'm telling you how I got the red line that got stolen. So I had a red line too.
Gotcha.
So I trade the crank and the handlebars and shit for a crossbow. It's a little handheld bullshit crossbow. I trade the crossbow for some house speakers. It was a speaker where like this house speaker had 2 8s, this house speaker had 2 8s. I used them for about a month and motherfuckers rumbled, right? Traded those speakers for a better crossbow.
Hold on. There's 2 crossbows in these transactions.
This is amazing.
Dude, this is my like number one hustle story. This is where I learned that trading and hustling was dope.
You traded
Yes.
a crossbow up for another crossbow?
No, I traded the mini crossbow, the handheld crossbow. I traded for speakers. The speakers for the crossbow with the shoulder thing, right?
Full-size crossbow.
Full-size crossbow.
So you're preprered to kill now.
Yes.
Now you're going to get your bike back.
First of all,
this where this starts?
no, I'm 14. I haven't got the bike yet.
Okay.
I'm 14 with a crossbow. I've owned 2 crossbows at this point. I do 0 hunting. I've owned 2 crossbows. So I trade that crossbow for a fucking full redline bike, chrome. I ride that bitch for 2 days. Come to my house, and I lived in the hood at this time, right? I grew up there. Yeah. So I throw it on the porch. I tell Kyle, watch my bike. I got to go make a phone call. We didn't have cell phones and shit, right? I was 14. Like this is before all that.
Go inside.
I run inside. I'm fucking on the phone, and you know how like you just walk around when you're on the phone, like you have a leash, right? Because you have a phone cord.
Yeah.
So I'm walking. I see Kyle in the backyard. I go, "Kyle, why the fuck aren't you watching my bike?" He goes, "Oh, my bad." He walks back out front. Someone had already stolen my bike and dropped a 10-speed in my front yard. Yeah, so I hustled up.
So they traded you a bike.
It
just wasn't your consent.
Forceful trading. But like,
I like that Kyle was just in the back. Like he followed.
This is such a
He was
complex
just like
story.
following around a cat or something.
Yeah, like he just
like,
wandered off.
Oh shit!
What is this cat doing? No, he wandered off, and I blame him for getting my bike stolen. And I called up my cousin and everybody because, you know, as Colin, I've pointed out in multiple things, my family were like known people. Like everybody knew my family. So I called up my cousin. I'm like, "Dude, we need to get my bike back." We drove around the projects. We drove around the fucking South End. We put the word out. It never got back. But I didn't feel too bad because all I lost was really the time. Like I traded a fucking pair of handlebars and a crank and shit that were in my basement for like at least a year.
For a small crossbow.
For a small crossbow. Dude, I was a hustler. So
you could have, I mean, honestly, if you were a real hustler, you would have taken that crossbow and started killing animals and then sold the pelts. That's what a real, I mean, that's the original hustle. You could have made coats and shit.
It was the South End. That was everybody's hustle. I had to be different. So I chose crossbows.
A lot of urban hunters.
Yeah. I have another story about that. You said urban hunter. It reminds me of something else. I'm not going to go on that story yet. I want to hear about what is it that you lost because he cut you off. You were taking too long.
No. The funny thing is, like, this is a guy who understands timing.
He does.
Because I was like I had found my story and I was taking a breath ready to tell it. And he was like, "You're taking too long. Here's mine." That's a guy who understands timing. So good job.
Kudos to you.
Thanks, man. That's what I'm
No, you know what?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Mine is less funny and more just aggravating.
Why are you calling the crossbow? The crossbow story wasn't funny. That was tragic. I lost a lot of time.
I understand.
No, it's
man,
tragic.
but
I made it funny.
You got a crossbow and then you got a bigger crossbow.
Fuck yeah.
So it is awesome.
I
Anyway,
want to go buy a crossbow.
And it's funny. A crossbow, man. You were like 12.
That's all right.
Was it an adult
You could
that
have killed
traded you
somebody.
this crossbow?
No.
You could kill somebody with that.
So it was a child with
All
a crossbow.
kids. Yeah,
Tight.
the same guy.
No, tight.
The
You
same
could have
guy.
killed one of your friends with that crossbow.
Nah, not with the first one. The first one didn't have enough pressure. And
You would have been
the second
worst
one I could have
school
fucked
shooter.
somebody up with. Yeah, the second one I could fuck somebody up with.
No, you know what? One time, my wife and I, we were young in our marriage. We had, you know what? I think she was pregnant. I think we didn't have any kids yet. She was pregnant with Rowan, and we were going to this church, and there was a girl at our church who needed a place to live.
Mm-hmm.
She was having a hard time, and we were trying to live out what Jesus taught in the Bible.
Whew.
So we said, you know what? We have an extra bedroom, or we have a finished basement. Come, we have an extra basement, extra bedroom, and a finished basement.
Extra basement. That was
We have an extra.
We got
basement.
2 fucking basements.
You know, come live
I don't
with-
know how
come
much
live with
money
us.
you guys got, but I got 2 fucking basements.
Come on.
Come live with us, and you know, it was cool, and we felt good, like we were checking the box, you know, that we were taking care of our friends, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, $40 got stolen out of Sierra's purse. Oh, this like really cute scarf that Sierra had got stolen, and all of a sudden it was in a selfie.
Oh, so
You know,
yeah.
and to the point where we had to put like a key lock on our bedroom door for our bedroom in my own fucking house. that
Okay.
I
Hold on,
own.
you
No, no,
bought
no.
a lock without kicking this person out of your house
No,
first?
you know, because it was.
You're like, yeah, we'll
that's
just take extra precautions.
He-
That's like,
you know,
Here's what happened. He looked at his WWJD bracelet and he was like, Jesus would buy a lock.
That's it. That honestly, and I feel differently than that now.
you treated this homeless girl like a troubled dog.
Yeah. Like she shit on
Which
the
is-
carpet, but it's
is
okay.
Endearing, but not what you're supposed to do. When
I agree.
someone-
I agree.
Yeah, you're supposed to rub her
You know,
nose.
but I don't. You like that scarf, huh? I felt weird saying that.
yeah. It got real
That
sexual.
got into I got into it very dark.
No. Anyway, that was super frustrating, and learned our lesson. And we've never let anybody live with us again after that.
Yeah, you're a better person than me, man. My cousin told me that she was about to start living in her car, and I was like, that sucks, man.
You know, it's
I have an extra bedroom,
You're like,
but
and
I'm
that's the
not.
story.
I'm not.
No.
I have an extra bedroom, but you're not allowed to sleep there.
no, my
I don't want people
cousin,
in my house.
my other cousin, who like, you know, I've known he's younger than I am, and I've known him since birth and everything, obviously. But like, we never really hung out. Like, I just know my cousin, right?
Yeah.
He hit me up one time and he's like, hey, I just got a new job. It's actually out by you. Unfortunately for me, it's like 45 minutes away. I was wondering if on Friday I could come crash at your place because I got to be to work at like 6 a.m. And instead of driving, I was like, nah. Just, you know, because we had too much shit going on. We had like the new dog, and like Amy's got health problems, and like the baby was fucked up, and like everything was going on. It just was like the wrong time, and I actually felt really fucking bad. Like I did feel bad. Did you feel bad when you told your cousin no?
Not at all.
You just hard no. It's a fucking hard no.
I just didn't. I didn't mention it.
What do you mean?
You're like I didn't even offer.
Wait, like so she asked you, and you were like, yeah, that was.
No,
tight.
she didn't ask me. She just mentioned that she was
Oh,
about to live in
okay,
her
yeah,
car,
yeah.
and I was like, that sucks.
Oh, see, but this was a direct ask. Yours was fishing.
Okay, yeah.
I could, yeah, I'd be like, oh, you want to go to fucking Chipotle? Like, I'd have just like, I could have changed the subject. By the way, I got to ask this question because we talked about it last time. Do you eat bowls from Chipotle or do you eat burritos?
I don't eat fucking Chipotle at all. It's the devil.
All right,
I
I don't even want to talk about
reflux.
you.
Okay, your what's your burrito place though?
You fuck with burritos
You got to have a burrito place.
or a taco place?
I mean,
Look at him. He's
not
like rubbing
really
his
though. Like I
nipple.
go like,
What tacos?
Yeah, he got on that nipple. Was like, oh, tacos.
I don't know. Like I eat at a taco place, like I eat like Condado or fucking like, I mean like mostly Taco Bell.
I mean,
But,
you
like,
work across the street from Taco Bell, man.
Yeah,
I would
I eat
get there
Taco Bell. I
after
get
work every day if I
Taco
worked
Bell.
there.
It's tough going to Taco Bell sober though, because I feel like they know that I'm sober, and that's worse than me being drunk.
Like they're
driving.
fine with you coming there drunk, but they're
Right, they're
judging
like, I
you.
get
You
it.
know
sober.
what though? Because I
Sober,
always
you're
go,
like, oh, Jesus.
I always go to that Taco Bell right there at Kenny and
Yeah.
Henderson, and it's kind of like as a family, it's like our Saturday lunch. Like it's like,
That's so sad. Hey man.
I had Taco Bell breakfast again today.
I mean, that is true.
Have you had the breakfast?
No, man.
Bro, I'm not
I never
joking.
stoop myself to that
See,
level.
you say that. I
Okay.
promise you on everything. There is no better fast food breakfast than his Taco Bell. And my wife looked at me today and
He
goes,
was texting me screenshots of the Taco
I
Bell menu this week.
I sent him screenshots like, bro, you got to look at this. No, today my wife's like, is this bad? I want Taco Bell again. So we had Taco Bell breakfast again today. And after we ate it, even my kid, who like, he's the pickiest eater, he goes, man, Taco Bell breakfast is really good. Amy looked at him and was like, I think it's the best fast food breakfast there is. I'm like, one up you. I think it's one of the best breakfasts there is. You've got to try it. I need a report back. I asked him for the same thing.
What I was gonna say though is I go to that Taco Bell for lunch like basically every Saturday. Sad as it may be. And
it's not that you went, it's that you were like, you got your whole family in the car and we're like, let's go to Taco Bell.
No. My whole family's not in the car. I go pick it up for the family. That's my joke.
Okay.
Is that I
You
get
didn't go
there
together.
and I go through the drive-thru and I have the same order every time because the whole family gets the same order.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and it's always the same manager. It's always the same manager running the drive-thru at like 11:30 to noon on Saturday. And I feel like every week she's like, oh, it's this fucking guy again.
No, that's your homie.
How do you know it's the manager today? Are they wearing like a special vest? I've never seen a manager. I only go there at 1:30 in the morning. There are no managers.
The managers
present.
have checked out.
This
Zero
person,
managers
this
present
person
at
is
1:30.
always like, they're always like, welcome to Taco Bell. May I take your order? And I'm like, how are you? And they're like, Taco-tastic. It's always the same. They always say the same thing.
That kid, is it a guy?
No,
It's not a guy?
it's a middle-aged woman.
Maybe,
I don't know.
Maybe she
probably
that.
stole it from this dude. There was a dude that used to work there like 2 years ago, and he fucking said Taco-tastic. I was more excited than I have ever been in my entire life.
It's like me too.
It's
That's
like
why
you
I'm
don't
here.
expect it because you come there and you be like, hi, oh no, how are you doing? And you expect him to be like, I'm great, even though their dreams are being crushed.
Yeah.
And they smell like meat all the time. But he said Taco-tastic, and it just brought my whole spirits up. I ordered extra shit, like cinnamon twists. Like, who gets those?
I don't know. You know what? Cinnamon twists kind of
son
taste like
gets
they're
those.
mixed with fucking Windex.
Do you know what I learned today? Is that cinnamon twists are made from, those twisty egg noodles? Mm-hmm. They deep fry those, and then they puff up like that.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Real life.
just straight up trashy egg noodles.
Yeah.
Like the 99
twisty
cent
ones.
bag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The twisty ones. And
Look.
they fucking deep fry them and they puff up like that and they just fucking throw cinnamon and sugar on. Dude, you could throw cinnamon and sugar
Anything.
on a
Dude.
old man's
Anything.
feet. I will lick that shit off.
So what you're saying is that one of those little bags of cinnamon twists that cost you 99 cents literally cost them probably 0.65 cents to make.
Yeah, it's basically it's basically free for them to sell those. And I buy them.
Yeah, no, they're phenomenal. They always taste like, when I eat them, I get an aftertaste of like chemicals.
It's
though.
egg. It's probably egg.
It's
Speaking
Windex.
of weird
Feels like
taste,
Windex.
tonight I went to the store to get some Sunday afternoon drinks. Like I said,
Yeah, gin and tonic.
I made myself some gin and tonics, Sunday afternoon drinks. Sierra was like, can you get me like a White Claw or something, like a seltzer?
Sure.
And I was like, hey, I sent her a picture. I was like, do you want to try these Corona Refrescas?
What?
And it's just like a fruity, skinny can thing.
What about the Rheingeist Lil Bubs?
Well, that's good too.
All right.
But we get home and one of the it's a mixture. It's like a 12-pack of the mixed flavors, and one of them is coconut lime or some shit like that. She takes one sip and she's like, nope, I can't, nope. And I took a sip of it. I'm not kidding you. It tasted like I was drinking alcoholic sunscreen.
Oh, see?
Dude, I like it literally. If you accidentally get a little sunscreen on your lips when you're putting sunscreen on your face, like that's literally what it tasted like, only with alcohol in it.
I don't even know what to say
I
about
feel
that.
like they could. I feel like they could market that. Like Coppertone could market that.
Coppertone.
They'd be like, it's sunscreen, but it'll soak
It'll
through.
fuck
It'll
you
get
up.
you fucked
It'll
up.
fuck
a little
you
bit.
up.
It'll get you fucked up a little bit.
Oh, can you imagine? Like topical drank? I mean,
they have that with like other
Like
drugs.
weeds, they have topical weeds shit.
well,
Yeah,
and they have
And,
like
you could
nicotine
just,
patches.
You could throw acid at your face. And
My dad
Oh,
swears
yeah.
by that
Then
shit.
you'll
He's
get-
always talking about weed salve.
Oh, that's like
salve.
yeah. Well, okay, so Amy had on some show the other
He
day.
rubs that shit on his lower back.
Yeah.
Amy had some shit on the other day that talks about, it was like weed culture and like using fucking weed as a medicine and shit. And like I found something that I found interesting was that it was in medical books until 70 years ago. Like cannabis was used.
Oh yeah, man.
Until 70 fucking years ago.
The pharmaceutical industry shut that the fuck down.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, this will stop us from making money." Fuck that shit.
Yeah, but again, it's coming back. Yeah. Obviously, it's back.
Only like fucking. It's 50 an eighth, dude. Like, how much does an eighth of OxyContin cost? Probably a lot.
I don't know, man. I can tell you what it costs. It's like $1 per milligram. I know that. You know what I'm saying?
That's Percocet.
Yeah, no.
Well, I feel like it's the same exchange rate.
No, because an 80 of Oxy used to be 80 on the street.
Dude,
used to be.
This is beyond me, man.
I don't know.
This is beyond me,
You've been
dude.
out of the game.
I only know that because we had a lot of
You guys
friends.
got that street knowledge.
Yeah.
Can I have one of your Miller Lights, man?
Yeah, dude.
Are we out of?
No, there's one more. It's actually his, but I feel like it's probably better for me if I drink something that's not
an IPA?
That's not.
That's why, dude.
Super alcoholic.
If you're an alcoholic and you like to drink a lot, drink Miller Lite. It forces you to drink responsibly.
Miller Lite.
Man,
you have to drink
70% water.
So I went to Beer Fest yesterday. That's something I did this weekend, and it was. Honestly, I didn't look at any of the vendors or anything before we went. And there's like, I don't know, 50, 60 different vendors pouring. Most of them were like every brewery from Columbus was there. And I started going around to like Columbus breweries and I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this? There's 70, I can't drink 70 beers, right? And I'm going around to all these and I should be drinking the ones from out of town to figure it out. Nah. I just kept going to fucking Columbus breweries.
You just went to regular shit?
Regular shit.
Do you have a pretzel necklace like a dork?
I did not have a pretzel necklace. Is that a fucking... Why is that a thing? What is that?
It's a palate cleanser.
Pretzel necklace.
Bro.
It's if you're a dork, man, and you want to completely cleanse your whole palate of
why
what
the fuck
last
does a pretzel
beer
do that?
like.
Why does a pretzel do that?
Because it's just like the polar opposite of beer.
Bread and salt?
Like a salty, hard bread, and it soaks up everything in your mouth, and it takes your mind off of the last beer you had, and it takes your whole taste bud system. I'm talking shit. I don't know if any of this is real, but it's what it makes sense to me.
No, it does, and I saw a lot of fucking pretzels. I thought it's because when you get drunk, you want a snack.
I'm sure that helps.
I was like, and I saw people that had like a whole bunch of pretzels, and I saw people that had like one left, and I'm like, they was hungry. Damn.
No, it is literally to cleanse your palate before you try another beer.
Didn't know that. No, we went to a few, and like my wife really likes the sour beers right now, and for that reason, dude, I fucking love them.
Shit's gross,
But
man.
why is it gross? There's 100 different ones, and they're all different.
I've tried at least 6 or 7 of them, and it's just not my thing, man.
Oh, it's definitely my thing. I fuck with it. Like, and we found one yesterday, and I don't even know the brewery. I never can quote the right shit when I'm here. It's like Almatic Brewery or something. It's someplace out of Dayton.
Almatic?
Some shit like that.
Dude, that sounds like an extra in the A team.
like you're separating like
Almatic.
No, it was the beer was called Vibrant Thing, and it was like a raspberry ale, and it was my shit. I wanted to go back and drink 47 of them.
I don't do the fruit beers.
You're fucking crazy. I don't know why. Do you not fuck with lemonade or any of that shit either?
No, I fuck with lemonade.
That's not even fucking close to.
It is definitely
totally
the same
different.
thing. No, it is
If I
definitely
wanted
the same
Lemonade
thing.
is the same as raspberry beer.
Here's the deal.
Yeah, dog.
Here's
you
the
ever
deal.
had raspberry lemonade?
No, dude.
Yeah, but that's not beer.
Dude,
beer
no,
has a whole different
Not really.
chemical composition.
Not really.
Today was a hot day.
I ain't no scientist.
Today was a hot day, and I was in the mood for a lemonade type thing, so I made gin and tonics. I'm not gonna drink a fruity ass beer.
We've established. Look, you're asserting your dominance right
And
now.
let me just say right now, when I say fruity ass beer, I mean fruity as in actual fruit.
Damn, you felt the need to disclose it. Come on.
When it gets hot, I like to drink a lot of homosexual beers.
Fruity ass beer. That's where you went with that?
But that's where he went with that.
Yeah.
It is where I went, but I
No, you
was just
didn't.
trying to make it clear
I
that
clarified it.
wasn't saying that.
So I know that you don't just fuck with metal music. You're big into the rap scene.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm fucking talking to you.
I like rap.
I mean,
man.
we obviously always talk about rap. We both talk about rap all the time. And you and I have done a rap song together.
We have. It's.
Oh, shit.
I used to show it to people.
How many fucking times have I texted you and said, hey, Jordan, where did you upload that rap song so I can show it to somebody? Rough guess.
3.
Really?
Probably 3 times. I don't know.
Damn, that's relatively low. I was thinking it was in like the 9.
I would assume you had just got it off the first thing.
I have it at home.
And then just save it onto...
I have it.
Write it on
I
your
literally
hand or
have it
something. I
at...
don't
What, the
know.
lyrics? That's bullshit. I have it at home,
Yeah,
and when
do
I
it
want to
live.
show somebody,
Fuck
I go...
it, we'll do it live.
Stacks all in my pocket. No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck it.
No, so I've tried to show it to people, and I go, fuck, man, who has it? Oh, yeah, Jordan has it. Hey, Jordan, can you send me a link to that rap song again?
I have it. I actually... so the headphone jack on my phone broke. So I haven't been able to like listen to anything in the car.
You don't
And I
have
was-
Bluetooth?
In my fucking 2006 Nissan Altima? No,
Yes.
dude. No, dude.
What?
Bluetooth-
They make adapters. Just get an adapter. Does it have a tape deck?
Make fucking $13 an hour. and I don't have a tape
Do
deck.
what
That's
I do,
the worst
man.
thing.
Do what I do, bitch. I got a hole in my dashboard.
Yeah, he got his shit stolen.
That's basically what. So I just put my phone in the cup holder. It's real awesome. I just set it there.
Hey, man. That's a camping trip.
Oh, yeah.
Put the phone
It's,
in the cup.
it amplifies
Yep.
it because of the
It doesn't really amplify.
Yeah,
It
it
just
does.
makes it
mad
shittier.
loud.
It makes it louder and tinnier.
Yeah.
You are okay. So give me a rap album that you've been like listening to lately.
Lately,
Yeah, you fuck with anything. It could be a song, a record, anything.
I've been listening to. Did you guys hear that new Logic and Eminem song? What'd you guys think of that?
Dude, okay.
Did
Someone
you already go over this?
We did,
Yeah,
but
good.
I don't fuck with Logic.
I don't
Logic
either.
is so bad.
That shit was
sucks.
literally
So bad.
that was literally the jam though.
There
Yeah,
was one.
that track though. I could fuck with Logic. He did okay on that track.
No. He wrote one good line, and then he said it every 35 seconds, and people were like, oh, that's great.
What was it? What was the line about the chicka 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 Slim Shady?
No, the fucking, like the chorus, whatever he called the chorus, but it was like fast rapping. It was, I feel like an addict with a semi-automatic.
Yeah,
that.
But it ends with that chicka 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 Slim
Yeah,
Shady.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the end of it. I mean, if you want to start at the end, that's fine.
All I gotta say is I love angry, late career angry Eminem.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it.
Absolutely.
I love it.
He was really good. Yeah,
Dude is
I
so
enjoyed
pissed
that.
now. Dude is so pissed. He just hates the way that things have gone, and he's just a grumpy old man. And he comes out and he just fucking gets pissed, and I love that shit.
Yeah, dude, he's like the Clint Eastwood of rappers.
He's literally one of the greatest rappers of all time, and now that he's mad, his raps are so awesome.
But he's mad.
good.
He's mad specifically at mumble rappers, and I feel like there's a trend right now going on. Have you noticed? Like, there's a lot of hate mumble rap, and I think there's a place for mumble rap. I do.
agree.
I think there's a place for it, but there is definitely a trend, and a lot of songs are trending because of their hate for mumble rap.
Dude, I love that 21 Savage
Yeah,
record.
it's
And
a easy-
he's
Which
such-
one?
His newest one. I Am is.
Oh yeah, Greater Than I Was.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like I love that record. It sounds like a 3-6 Mafia record. But
Fucking love it.
He's a terrible rapper. I hate it.
But the thing is I don't look at him as a rapper. He's a storyteller.
It's vibes, man.
It is.
It's
It's
vibes.
vibes.
You know what? Erykah Badu said this. She could her.
Damn, this story took a turn for the left.
No, like Erykah Badu's opinion on mumble rap is really significant, I think, because she said the kids these days, which is weird because it's like, holy shit, yeah, she is old. She's like probably 10 years older than me. But she's like, the kids these days, it's not about songs. See, I'm burping all over the place. Sorry.
You got that gin and tonic coming up.
She's like, it's not about songs. It's not about hooks. It's about vibrations. That's what you see the mumble rap. It's really repetitive and it's really bassy and all this stuff. And it is about this fucking vibe, man. It's a groove. And I get down with that. It grates on me. There is point like I couldn't listen to the whole Lil Yachty record. It grates on me after a while, man. But it is a vibe.
You remember that the rapper Designer that did that song
Yeah.
Panda?
Yeah.
So he had this interview I watched one time. I think he was at the Breakfast Club, and he was talking about how he writes, and it was like I'm gonna have to put a link to this in the fucking YouTube video because I'll never do this justice. It was a while ago. He talks about how he writes is like certain syllables and like sounds trigger certain like emotions or some shit.
That's it.
And he's like, and so he would write and make these weird sounds, like all those fucking and all that shit he does. He would do that. Yeah, panda. He would fucking do that to like evoke like certain emotions. And so he was on the Breakfast Club and he did this interview.
It's a vibe, man.
And that's essentially that's more or less what he was saying was I do these syllables to create a vibe. He had that fucking song, Timmy Turner. You remember that shit?
Timmy. The Kanye West remix is so much better.
I don't know. I fucking loved that track. The beat to that was the hardest beat I've heard in the past 15 years. Because it was like a great mix of like today's bassy rap beats. But that whistle sound was a throwback to like the Dr. Dre kind of era, the ghetto whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking beat is hard. I sent that shit to Andrew and he trashed me.
You know?
He fucking trashed me.
Andrew's the best. Like, if you ever want to feel like shit,
yeah,
you should talk to Andrew. Because he's honestly the funniest person that I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah, absolutely. He really is. I fucking work with somebody that reminds me the same dry humor, the same witty. I work with a guy and where Andrew works, this is where this guy came from. And I'm like, is this a culture thing? Like, deal?
They're just fucking making them out
they're cranking it. No, I would have fought Andrew 100 fucking times if he wasn't my best friend on the planet. I would have fought him.
I wouldn't have fought him, but I would have not liked him a lot.
I will say a record that came out this weekend. I don't know if either of you guys listened to it. The new Tyler the Creator record came out on Friday.
I have not listened to it.
You know what? He a week and a half ago was like, hey, I got a new record coming out on the 18th or 17th or whatever the day was, Friday. And
17th.
And
calendar's right behind you. Look at that shit. Turn around, look. There it is. Boom.
Oh, there it is.
Turn around, check it.
Anyway, it was the first listen through was not what I was expecting.
In what way?
He doesn't rap a verse until the 6th track.
What?
Halfway through the record, he doesn't rap at all.
So what's the first shit? Just like some Deadmau5 type shit?
No, it's really weirdo funk, man. Singing, and it's good. And it took me about 2 or 3 listens through it to be like, yeah. Because the cool thing about it is that it's not a group of producers putting a rap record together. I hit it again. There it is.
You did.
It's not a group of producers putting a record together. It's one guy who wrote a record. And you could tell this is Tyler doing his artsy phase.
Yeah. Like some Childish Gambino shit?
Yeah. It's like he sat down and he wrote a record. And the credits list is really short, and it feels super focused. It's really funky. When it does go hard, it goes hard. And when it does go funky and dancey, it's good.
So I sent you that Styles P album. Did you get a chance to listen to that? Styles P is fucking awesome.
Thanks.
You fuck with Styles P? You don't even.
I have no idea.
Oh man.
I don't know. Dude, honestly, I haven't been listening to a lot of hip hop lately.
You just been listening to what, stand up, just to get the vibe?
No, I've been listening to honestly like a lot of Knocked Loose.
Fuck
That's been my shit.
We've talked about that before. That fucking Mistakes Like Failures or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Count me the fuck in.
It's heavy, man. It's just like good. Because I would always shit on that stuff. Just be like, it's what's popular. Fuck that.
Okay.
But like,
you do have a history of doing that.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I will do that until I fall in love with something. I'm like, fuck that shit.
You realize
I love it.
You did that shit with Molotov Solution.
With Molotov Solution?
Yeah. I showed you that. Dude, I'm going to bring out a specific story. I showed you that at Mark's house when Mark and Carly were living in Grandview the first time. And I put that shit on. And I said, dude, this is what... Like, you guys are... Like, BTC at the time, y'all were on the verge of that sound. And I said, this is where y'all need to be.
Well, there's literally a Bless the Child riff that's ripped directly from that album.
And I was like, y'all need
I didn't write that album.
And everybody was like, no, fuck that. That's just garbage. And I'm like, how is it garbage? Like, I blew a speaker to this song. I literally blew a speaker in my blue car. Blew a speaker.
Dude, I hate when people, like, show me shit when I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just, like, hanging out and someone's like, yo, dude, check this out.
You gotta hear this.
Listen to this right now. I'm like, I don't want to do that at all. Dude,
so
like,
you gotta
when
put it on.
People try to show me videos on their phones, I've started just going, nope. I did, and I just walk away. I said, nope.
I did it again.
I'm not gonna watch this video.
Oh, man, you're a better man than me.
I fucking hate it.
I did it again when you were at my house one time. I put on this band called The Air I Breathe.
That was actually the one time. That was a good band.
Yeah.
I went out and bought that album.
Yeah, that shit rips.
That's a great band.
Fucking.
No, you always show me shit, and it's not like I don't like it, but it's
feel
like
that though, man.
it's hard to like get into it when someone's like, listen to this right now and love it. Like I feel this pressure on me to like it, and then I fucking end up not liking it.
Yeah, that shit was ripping though. It was tight, and it's funny because I'm gonna look it up, but I think that band is in like standard. Like I've never heard something.
They are.
I've never heard something in standard. Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the heaviest standard music I've ever fucking heard.
Speaking of that, I gotta say, you know what? At Sonic Temple yesterday, I saw Lamb of God play on the main stage. So this is like,
oh yeah,
big sound.
Yeah,
you know,
from a band that.
Damn it, for a band that plays in D standard.
Yeah,
I thought they played in drop D.
Do they?
I thought they were drop tuning.
Oh.
I don't even acknowledge
maybe
tunes
they
that
be.
Regardless, a band that plays in D, man, that shit was so hard. You know, admittedly, I fell off the Lamb of God wagon 3 records ago, maybe 4.
Yeah, I think everyone did, man.
But dude, you know what? I just so happen to see them every 2 years or so. Mm-hmm. Man, that band still fucking kills it.
They're a tight band live.
They know how to put a set together. They knew, like, seeing them yesterday, they knew that their last record wasn't that good.
Right.
And they played one song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can respect that.
They get it, man.
You know what band? You were listening to this band one time, and it brought up some memories for me. You were playing Fear Factory Obsolete. Mm-hmm. I fucking love that. Did you ever like grow up listening to it? Did you go straight to like Slayer and shit like that, or did you have a new metal phase?
Straight to Slayer.
You didn't have a new metal phase?
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Yeah, see.
But what does that mean? So you don't fuck with new metal still?
I mean, I guess I technically had one, but it was like almost like glossed over, like a very early childhood.
Like what? What was
like 11, 12? I would listen to like Korn and Limp Bizkit and fucking that shit, but it kind of fell off. And then I got really heavy into hip hop and like didn't give a fuck about any of that shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then it came back around. And I was like, oh, like fucking Metallica and Anthrax and Slayer, and got really into like thrash metal. And then that moved to Deicide and fucking.
Dude, I'm like really jealous of your metal upbringing.
Yeah.
Like really like the most disgusting death metal. Like I would go to Magnolia Thunderpussy. And I would pick out the grossest album cover that I could find.
Yeah.
And buy that album. And go listen. It was always bad. Like, it wasn't good music, like, technically. But it was like, that was my shit. I'm like, just like the most fringe shit I could find. And then I'm kind of cut back into, like, hardcore and deathcore and then that's basically when
that's sweet, man. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's really interesting that you kind of just skipped a whole thing. You know, the reason I asked how old you were, because I do think that makes a difference. Because you were born in what, 1990?
91, yeah.
91. Korn's first record came out in 94.
Yeah.
You know, so he
was like moshing in preschool.
I was 11. You know what I mean?
Pushing everybody around to daddy's issues or whatever.
It's interesting that you kind of hit that stuff secondhand.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like it came through, but it was almost like just kind of a passing thing. Oh,
there it is, man. There it is.
Everybody
I told you I talk with my fucking hands.
It's okay. Everybody hits the mic at one point.
Or
no, but it was almost like a passing thing where it was like I had like one Korn record, like I had Issues, and then I had like one Limp Bizkit record, and then it was heavy into. Once I found thrash, I was like, oh shit,
that's awesome.
Something, and it's still something like that I look for in music, which is like almost like a sense of like urgency or panic, to where it's like it'll get your shit running. Like I like mellow music sometimes, but if I'm looking to be stimulated, I want something that's aggressive and like doesn't like let you kind of think. Like my new shit, like when we started Samara, I got really into like the Red Chord and Converge and shit like that, and to the point where I was like, oh, this doesn't have any fucking time changes in it.
Yeah.
Fuck that band. Like, just really I could just get
I'm
super
gonna throw
bougie
this,
about
this
fucking
Armor
like,
for
what is
Sleep
this,
CD.
4/4.
I feel attacked right now.
I
feel mad
Hey,
attacked.
fuck Pusha Head.
I feel mad attacked.
I literally went the opposite direction of that. That's interesting.
Really?
That's cool. I like that.
No,
It was just, I mean, that's where my soul takes me.
So, oh god, fucking, I got a date with essential oils tonight. No, so what attracted you to corn? Like, was it because corn?
What's your favorite essential oil?
Lavender. Is that an essential oil?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Actually,
it's my
on
favorite
cuts
then.
and shit.
It's a good one.
It's my favorite then. That's where I'm going. You guys fucking derailed me. I was trying to ask, like, what's your favorite corn?
It's also my favorite essential oil. I'm trying to derail you.
You're trying to derail me again. Now you're fucking with me.
It's the only essential oil that I know.
I'm just gonna
Keep going, please.
Chamomile.
I'm
That's the
sorry.
other
Keep
one.
going. Keep
Is
going.
that a real one? Dude, we talked about this before. Remember I said, I was like, I need to take all of the ginkgo biloba or like all the dad fucking like, drugs and like get my shit working correctly because my knee clicks every time I stand up. 100% of the time when I stand up, my
You're
knee
derailing
clicks.
yourself now. Bring it back.
All right. I'm gonna bring it back. I was trying to ask if you liked any specific thing about corn, and the reason I asked that is because like there's something. All right, fuck it. That was like the first band to really come out and highlight. Well, I mean, at least in my circle of bands, right? To highlight like mental health and mental issues, right?
For sure.
And like
dude.
you,
That's the farthest thing. Like especially when I was a youngster coming up, it was like lyrics were the farthest thing from what I gave a shit about.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it was just, and that I think that's why I got drawn more to like extreme death metal because like I don't give a fuck what you're talking about.
I think that's
I
like
want to hear riffs.
I think that's a significant, and at the expense of sounding like an old guy, I think that is a significant cultural shift because when heavy music, I feel like for people who are in their late 30s, ugh, what the fuck was
What is
that,
that?
shit? It was a crane fly, I think.
I don't like either of those words. What the
Yeah.
fuck is that?
That's the most random. What is that?
It's a crane fly.
That's a female mosquito.
They look like giant mosquitoes. They're harmless.
Okay,
I'm a dad.
we'll
I know.
take your word for
I
it.
don't care if they're harmless or not.
Anyway,
I'll fight that.
it's an interesting perspective because I feel like as somebody who came out of like the emo and hardcore scene in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was all about the message.
Right, yeah.
That's true.
But I agree with you that there is a point where you have to be like, no, this is about the riffs. Who gives a fuck what they're saying? And I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Well, see, and it's just like I took this weird kind of trajectory with music because it was like thrash metal, death metal, and then I came up to like deathcore and hardcore and like a little bit. And then after that, I started getting into like pop punk. Like in the recent, like probably the past 5 years, I've become like a huge fan of like pop punk and like,
You're going to Real Friends, right?
yeah, I love Real Friends.
We're going, right?
You mean like
it's
where
this
you,
month, I think.
You mean like where
this
you
month?
catch that groove of like, no, songwriting.
just
It's about songwriting.
yeah, I mean, and just as a genre that I had just kind of dismissed or just not even given a chance. It
No,
like
yeah, I
once I
get it.
caught it, like, and that's just kind of, or I mean, like I had listened to it and it was like, oh,
What's the band that caught your attention, pop punk wise?
the Wonder Years.
Really?
Yeah.
I was very late to the Wonder Years, but they also, a lot of their stuff is written about real life shit, mental health, stuff like that. I feel like there's definitely a lot more of the mental health awareness that is, it's not just like for fucking, Korn and having daddy issues and shit like that. Like it's,
Issues.
it's transcending into like multiple different genres now. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, for me, man, I'm in a place like right now where I'm trying to take this a lot more seriously.
Mm-hmm.
The mental health, just not only as myself, but as a parent. Because, I saw counselors and shit as I was growing up. And, when my parents got divorced, I had to see the counselor at my school. And then, like, when my mom got divorced from my stepdad, who was abusive, then it was got counseling at my church and all this stuff. And I always thought it was just stupid. Hey, can I have one of those too?
Fork over your beers.
You know, and I always thought it was just kind of stupid, but whatever. And, you know, lately, I'm going to take it a little bit
into the serious side.
Serious here for a sec, because
Go for it.
You know,
we
legit,
do that sometimes.
Like seriously, I've been in a really dark place for probably, if I'm honest with myself, probably 3 or 4 months, where I just, you know, I can put it on.
Yeah.
You know, like when we're hanging out, I can have a good time and stuff like that. But like, I've been in a place where, you know, at home, you start to see, oh man, I'm not keeping up with the dishes. I'm not keeping up with laundry. And, you know, I'm starting to let stuff slip. And I'm starting to just be like, you know, I don't want to.
Still cooking up them feasts, though.
And still cooking up them feasts.
Still cooking up them feasts.
But, you know, and then I get, you know, my best friend saying, like, hey man, I haven't heard from you a lot lately and stuff like that. You know, and I realize like, oh shit, I'm like at a place where I don't want to like do anything and I don't want to be around anybody. And then a couple weeks ago, or it was Easter weekend, so it was a month ago, hung out with my family up in Michigan. We got an Airbnb, hung out with my siblings and my mom. It was a great weekend. But we got home and Sierra was like making a joke with our friends and was like, you know, old man Simula was drunk all weekend. You know, and I was, but
did it fuck with you? Did it hurt your feelings?
It rocked me. It didn't just hurt. It didn't hurt my feelings, but it like hit me really hard because it wasn't about how much I was drinking. I didn't I can look back on the weekend and know that like I didn't like drink.
You didn't smash any bongs this weekend?
No, I didn't punch any bongs. No, but it was the concept of it was like, oh, I was like, oh shit, she's right. I was trying to escape. I was trying to get away from the noise, man. I was just trying to get myself into a place where I was just sailing smooth, a little bit tipsy, and which is ironic because I actually feel that way right now. But
yeah, but we drink to loosen up our conversation.
Yeah.
We all are positions of the band for the most part. Well, I mean, you're kind of the exception where we're not necessarily the focal point the whole time.
Yeah, no. Right? I mean, it's Sunday afternoon, or who gives a shit? It's
Let's
fine.
do this shit.
But no, you know,
it's 8:30 p.m.
That kind of brought me into a place though where I thought, oh man, yeah, you're right. I'm like trying to get away from this shit. And you know, I saw my therapist. She's awesome, and I guess one thing I want to say is just like, don't if you're weird about the stigma about therapy, man, it's so good.
No,
I literally just talk to somebody and just say all the shit that's in my mind, and she either just goes, yeah, I totally understand, or she gives me good pointers.
And I think that's important to note. Is that there is a stigma behind it, but I would say that nowadays more people I know are in therapy than aren't.
Yeah, I feel like we're breaking that thing, and you know, like what I was gonna say is like this weekend I've been doing a lot of stuff. I was like cutting wood because I had a big branch fall next to my house,
chopping the wood
during a storm the other night, and I was at the festival, so I'm like walking around a lot. I'm like doing a lot of stuff. I've just been like doing a lot of stuff this weekend, and you know, I feel like I'm like kind of coming out of a dark place personally, like where I'm like feeling motivated to do shit again. But the cool thing is we often think about how this is like a really bad place I'm in and something's wrong with me, but oftentimes it's just the cards I was dealt. Yeah. This is genetic. You know what I mean? And my oldest son, is experiencing it, and he's in a bad place too. And man, you just got to create an atmosphere that taking care of your mental state is okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to take it. You don't have to go overboard. You don't have to go overboard. You don't have to like worry about like when Mercury's in retrograde or some stupid bullshit.
Or the essential oils.
And it actually is right now. And
Chamomile, man. I'm telling you about Chamomile.
Anyway,
I don't even know.
You don't have to go worry about that shit. But like just to say, hey man, what's my check on where I'm at right now? It was cool to hear. My mom said, she texted me and she's like, so did you take Rowan, my son, did you take Rowan to therapy? Because he texted me and told me how excited he was to go talk to his therapist. And to me, that was like, that's it right there. It's like, you just need the thing. Just do the thing. There's nothing wrong with it. You're not crazy. It's not a bad thing to want to take care of yourself in that way. So I kind of just went on a little bit of a tirade there. Are you typing shit and making fun of me?
No, I'm literally, he said chamomile like fucking 5 times, and I was trying to find if it was a real essential oil. I don't believe him. Is that it? Is it chamomile? That's chamomile, dude. That's fucking chamomile.
I would have run this joke past you guys for like 15 minutes.
Chamomile.
It's a fucking chamomile. He's
Did
literally.
you see this shit?
Oh my God.
He's been.
Anyway, I took us into a really quiet place there for 5 minutes or so. But that's all to say is, you know what? I feel like right now tonight, I feel really good, and I feel like I'm in a better place than I've been for at least a month.
Good.
And I also feel like my son, who struggles with this shit, is in a better place too right now. And so this is just my call to everybody too. If you feel like you need to talk to somebody, because there's nothing wrong with it.
No, I think that, like I said, more people than not are in therapy nowadays. It's a very common thing.
And it's okay to feel miserable. If you feel miserable, that's fine. We all feel miserable.
That's why we have
He's
the word
a fucking
to describe
comedian, man. That's like literally their job is to feel miserable.
Well, I mean, to a certain way, but I was going to say, I mean, the past couple years of, well, not couple years, but like probably the past year of being in a band, I don't know, I just felt like not right about it. Like we aren't, Samara's not that busy. So it's like, it feels like not right. Like Bless the Child, it was, at least 2 shows a month, more like fucking 3 or 4, 5 a month. And so I'm busy all the time. I got this coming up. You don't have time to think about shit. You're having fun. And it was the slowdown that it really fucking kind of shook me up a little bit. That was, I didn't have anything going on.
You feel like it was
I was just kind of lost.
Not worthless, but lost. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, just kind of like, I do this thing, but I can't do this thing.
So if this thing isn't happening, what the fuck am I?
And honestly, like, since I started doing stand-up, I mean, it's, my mental health has improved fucking tenfold. Like,
it's also got to feel good to just be responsible for you.
That is, well, one of the things that drew me, because I've always been, since I was a little kid, I was always a fan of comedy, fucking,
same.
Like, I was real little, fucking seeing, like, Eddie Murphy and like Richard Pryor and shit, and then like I would always watch Comedy Central Presents.
Yeah,
every fucking night I would watch Comedy Central Presents, because that's what they fucking played at 12:30 p.m.
Yep.
Right.
I'm right there, man.
Yeah, and I don't know, it just kind of, I went to an open mic to just kind of hang out and like see what was going on, and I got drunk and I was like, I had written down jokes. Like I thought I wanted to do this, but I just wanted to kind of check it out. And then I went and I got drunk and I was like, you get that fucking confidence. Like, I can do this.
I get that confident all the time.
But
I did that about this podcast.
Got up there and just ate just 1,000 dicks on stage, but it felt... It felt right.
Right,
As soon as I got up there and I started talking to the mic, it felt good. And every time I get up there, I love it. Like, I mean...
That's awesome.
Whether I eat shit or not, I mean, I enjoy it. Which is a weird thing, because, like...
That's like this podcast.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
I mean, this podcast doesn't feel like that for me, but, I mean...
It's fucking fun. Like, and...
It is fun.
It doesn't matter, like... And I said this before.
It's lower pressure, though.
It is.
Because you're not alone up there.
And
I agree with that.
The whole thing with this podcast is like, I had this concept for a podcast, and I was like, man, I really like to do this podcast. And when I put a feeler out there, Colin responded to it. But when he responded, I was immediately like, man, fuck that other idea I've been working on for 6 months. I got a new idea.
What was the original? I want to hear the original idea. What was that?
It was just, it had a tentative title of Things I'd Like to Know. And it was me and a co-host interviewing people that were in unique or interesting situations. You know, it could be anything. Like, are there ever questions you want to ask people but you don't want to offend people? Like, I want to know things about this little person. I want to ask them questions. I don't want to offend them, but I want
You
to...
know you can just ask people things, though, right?
Yeah, that's what I want to do, but I want to ask them on, you know...
On tape?
Yeah, on
Dude, I
tape.
want to do this shit on record.
You know, because I feel like there's...
For the record, Jeff just really wants to know a question right now about little people.
No. If I did, I'd hit up Mark's cousin. Eric. Eric Smalls.
Eric?
Eric
His name was
Smalls.
Sean.
What? No, Eric Smalls.
I know
Shout out
another
Eric
little-
Smalls.
I know 2 little people then. Fuck you.
No, Eric is awesome. He's like in the Professional Wrestling Association. Like he like wrestles.
Sean.
Dog, that's Eric Smalls.
Pretty sure that's Sean.
All right, we're gonna fight about this after the podcast.
Whatever.
Holy
But-
shit.
What?
I
What'd you
wouldn't
look up?
normally just look at my phone during the thing, but my
The thing.
phone was buzzing because Sonic Temple's happening this weekend.
Still? It's tonight?
Yeah. Foo Fighters are headlining tonight.
Oh man.
Anyway,
Dustin Reinhardt is there, no
listen
doubt.
to this shit. Wes Jackson
Uh-huh.
just messaged our band and said, "Yo, secret show at Ace of Cups, the Distillers and Refused,
What the fuck?
9 to 10 p.m. So in 20 minutes."
I mean, let's look at this. Let's look where we're at. We're at 1 hour and 6. If we wrap up in 20, we're good.
Yeah, man.
I feel like we should do that.
I don't know either of those bands.
See, this is the bullshit.
That's bullshit. See,
This is the
that's
bullshit.
Oh,
Hey, I have a
Jesus.
question for you. Are you okay? So when you first started driving and taking road trips,
I'm literally texting back right now. Keep talking and saying I'm in the middle of recording a podcast.
yeah. So when you first started driving and taking road trips, how did you get from point A to point B? What mechanism did you use to give you directions?
I would print out MapQuest.
MapQuest. You're old.
Yeah.
I truly didn't think that.
I'm like in this middle old. Like
You
you guys
are.
are older than me, but like not by that much.
I
Like
fucking-
technology didn't fucking progress that much until like I was much older.
Damn.
Like we went from still we're like the paper is alive. We're keeping the paper companies
Yeah.
in business. Fucking
McGraw
from that
Hill.
to- yeah, dude. Yeah, you want some fucking textbooks? McGraw. I used to think that McGraw Hill was owned by Tim McGraw
Shut the fuck up.
Oh,
And-
shit.
Him and Faith.
and Faith Hill. I was
Oh,
like,
shit.
yo, y'all were in the country, y'all were in the country game, and now you're in the education game, and I respect that.
Aren't they based in Columbus?
McGraw Hill is. Yeah,
McGraw Hill is. Yeah.
I only know that
I don't know
because-
about the country artists Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. I don't know where.
when
they
I used to get
reside.
off of the Gemini exit every day, McGraw Hill's right there on the right.
Yeah.
I saw it all the fucking
Yeah.
time. No, that's hilarious. So he remembers MapQuest. I literally didn't think you were going to remember MapQuest.
No, yeah.
There's
GPS,
something
like we had
Fucking
like fucking.
printing out directions.
There's
had,
something
like-
lost in that.
We had like
Totally,
Tomo,
What? TomTom?
Tom. Yeah.
TomTom. That's a GPS.
yeah,
The
Yeah.
GPS.
That was
Yeah.
like that was like the hot shit when I was like a fucking.
I'm sorry.
was, like,
I'm
13.
like in this right now because I'm freaking out about this
Colin's
because
very
that's one
distracted.
reason I didn't go to Sonic Temple today was because I didn't want the whole bullshit of the whole thing just to see Refuse and know that they're probably going to play like only the new bullshit. That
so
sucks.
here, just so you know, like when we wrap up, you can just go
Oh, I'm gonna.
because and I'll tear this shit down because honestly, like if anybody gets in, it should be you. I mean,
I'm like that was like that Refuse Shape of Punk to Come is a life changing record for me, and if they are literally playing like a little tiny show in Columbus, you better believe I'll be there. So I'm gonna rush the fuck out of this place.
yeah, that's fine.
And I'm not gonna push us to end this anytime soon. It's fine.
What time are they?
I don't know. It just said 9 to 10. I don't.
9 is 15 minutes
That's
from now.
No, that's
15
fine.
minutes.
It's not gonna happen in 9.
I mean, you can. I mean, me and Jeff can finish the podcast.
Yeah.
No.
It's fine.
No.
I felt
I'm not going there.
I felt your dick get a little hard.
Well, that was the thing. It was like I didn't go to Sonic Temple today because, like I said, I couldn't. Refuse was the only band I wanted to see, and Pauly Shore was doing stand up, and I just thought that would be funny.
What?
But his dad died
Pauly
like
Shore's
2 days
really
ago, so I wonder if he would cancel because Action Bronson canceled yesterday because he tore his ACL.
Shut the fuck up.
Anyway, But you know,
Makes sense.
like Refuse was the only band I wanted to see today. You know, I like Foo Fighters, but they're playing a 2-hour set. I'm sure that's going to be annoying as fuck. And
There's only so many times I
like,
can listen to "There Goes My Hero."
It's literally going to be 2 hours
fucking
going,
monkey
the
brain.
best, the best, the best, the best of you. Like, that's going to be 2 hours of that. Anyway, but like Refuse was the only band I wanted to see today. So I couldn't like justify the bullshit of Ubering there. By the way, I was Ubering there on Friday night and got in traffic into like the festival traffic.
Yeah, were you just like, "Fuck it, I'll get out"?
We were on Hudson and I
Yeah.
was like, you know what, buddy? You don't want to get stuck in this shit. So I'll get out here and I'll walk half a mile. And he literally goes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You are such an amazing person. Like he was so happy with the
Why are
fact
you
that
doing
I
it
did.
like that?
Yeah,
Is he
why
Asian?
is it? Yeah, is he? He's either Asian.
This is racist as fuck.
No. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He wasn't. He was Indian and he literally did this.
He was Indian and Asian at the same time.
I didn't say he was Asian.
First of all,
Yo, so you're saying he was Indian and he knows kung fu?
you're taking us to a place where we can't even post this.
Nope.
Just
That
kidding.
wasn't that racist.
No, it wasn't.
No. I was not being
I'm a
racist.
comedian.
I wasn't doing a voice, but he literally
I didn't do the voice.
You
he
kind
literally
of did
did
the
this with his
voice.
hands, and I don't mean it in a racist way.
He put his hands together like he was praying.
He thanked me for not making him sit in the Sonic Temple traffic. That was the joke.
He faced to the west, and
Stop.
I think it's east. Is it east?
I don't know.
Stop.
I'm an ignorant white person.
Do you?
This is all jokes, people. I love.
Did you ever grow up around just some
of people.
racist people?
Yep.
Oh, dude, I'm
Kevin.
27 and white.
In
Dude,
Columbus,
the world
Ohio.
was still racist
He's from Columbus,
when I was
Ohio.
a child.
That's true.
The world
all
has not
grew up
been
around
not
racist
racist.
So let
for
me
that
let me
long.
ask a second
it's still
question.
pretty racist, but
Do you think, and this may be getting a little too deep right here, but do you think people actually change as they get older, or do you think people just learn how to control certain aspects about their personality?
I think certain people, like, you can learn, different things. I mean, like, you meet different people that you you weren't necessarily exposed to as a child. Like, you just had, I mean, whether you're fucking, dude, like, if you're 30 and you have a dad, he was racist.
I
That's
didn't have a dad.
That's it. Yeah, well, your dad was racist, but you just don't know.
I will also say this.
You're disagreeing with me right now.
I'm 35, and my dad is literally the least racist
Yeah.
person I've ever met in my life. I know what you're saying.
I know, but
I know where your
you
head's at.
get what
I'm an
saying.
edge case.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm an edge case.
You are.
Yeah, yeah.
My dad is My dad's a Northern Michigan liberal.
And I'm different because I just didn't have a dad.
True story.
And this is just my Columbus West Side perspective.
True story. So my dad is from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Mm-hmm. Way up there. So if
Like
you
where Tim Allen lives?
I'm gonna do the hands. No, Tim Allen's not from the Upper Peninsula. Jesus Christ, man. I'm from Michigan. Tim Allen's from up there. Anyway, I'm doing the hands. Okay. So
Okay.
here's Michigan.
Dude,
Lower
there's the
Peninsula.
camera.
It kind of looks like gang sign. It looks
the
like Run the
camera.
Jewels.
On the
show the
camera.
camera.
On the camera. Lower Peninsula.
Run the Jewels.
Upper Peninsula.
Why is there
Why'd
a
you
gun?
do it?
Why is there a gun for the Upper
No,
Peninsula?
my dad lives up here.
Okay.
Like by Canada. Anyway, if you look at my dad's
This is what he meant. Right here. It's right there.
Are you good at geography or something?
if you look at my dad's
Good at hands.
the story I'm telling is that if you look at my dad's high school yearbook, like it's like his 1976 is the year he graduated or whatever, there's no black people up there. And in their play, there was a black guy. My dad was blackface, and he had an afro because it was the 70s, and he just had an afro because he had curly hair. My dad's canceled.
Did we just get canceled?
Dude,
That's
your
a-
dad got
No, my dad's canceled.
Dude,
Your dad's-
fucking delete the last 20 minutes of this podcast.
I don't
No,
delete shit.
no,
we don't.
no,
we
no.
don't.
No,
That's
this is
one
great.
thing. We don't delete anything.
But that's the thing is that
Yeah,
it was
that's good. I'm not
literally
ashamed of anything
it
that
was
I've done.
not in any sort of sense of the word like trying to be ignorant about it. It was literally
We're
like
just
there
like,
was
we don't
nobody
have,
to fill
we have
the role.
no fucking black people.
What are we gonna
We're
do?
trying to
I'm
do this
so
play
sorry, Dad.
accurately.
I'm so sorry, Dad, if you get canceled for this. But man, I know my dad, and he is the
Your
least,
dad's gonna get fired from his architecture firm or
The
whatever the
least
fuck your
racist-
dad does.
He works for my company.
What'd you try to do? Like pick the whitest profession you could?
we work for the same
Architecture.
company.
Yeah,
He's
they
like
do.
kind of my boss.
Do y'all build houses?
No.
Oh, okay.
We build fucking interfaces.
He stopped. He's
That's
like,
way whiter.
yeah, he's like,
I don't know why I
don't even know what that
to
is.
begin with.
Oh no, I got a real white job. For sure.
That's, I mean,
white collar.
White collar.
So I have a question. I think this is something we can all chime in on. So that's why I want to ask it.
okay.
First of all, do you guys remember affliction shirts?
Oh, I got a good.
Fuck yeah.
I got a
Okay,
good
so
quip about
affliction
this.
shirts were how we used to like point out people and be like, that dude's a fucking douchebag,
Yep.
right?
Right. Yeah.
What is that nowadays?
Exactly.
Can I chime in here? real
Please
quick?
go for it.
Because it's not any different.
Okay.
I saw Killswitch Engage yesterday at Sonic Temple Festival. And I was super stoked to see him because Jesse Leach is doing vocals again. I've never seen Jesse Leach doing
Okay.
vocals for Killswitch. Jesse Leach looks like the buckle in human form.
You mean sequenced on the pockets in the back?
No, he looks like the affliction display at the buckle.
Well, that's the thing that always caught me about the buckle is they always had like pants, and the fucking rear pockets were always like sequenced or like stitched in a manner that
dude,
was
you
just.
want to see that shit?
Homeboy.
Go to Newark, Ohio.
Fuck Newark.
Everyone's pants match.
Fuck Newark. Fuck Newark and anyone who lives there.
Dude,
Fight me.
you could go and fucking
Not Jonesy.
see,
Jonesy is.
Jonesy doesn't live in Newark anymore.
What?
Jonesy lives in Gehenna.
Oh, that's. I knew that. I did know that.
He,
Fuck
he got
Newark,
better.
Ohio,
he got
and anyone
less.
who lives
What about
here,
Nate? What about
come fight
Nate?
me.
Nate. Who?
Nate that was in Blessed Child. He was also in
Before
Burning
me?
Away.
I won't back. I won't back
I
down
don't
from
know.
this.
I don't know where
Yeah,
he lives.
yeah, I have a few people that I'm gonna say they're edge cases,
Hey, my
right?
grandma lives in Ohio. Fuck you, dude. I don't care.
Where in Ohio though?
Newark, Ohio.
Your grandma lives in Newark?
I mean, close.
Okay, not fuck
Okay.
anybody. Don't except his
I
grandma.
just made that up. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
Fuck anyone who lives in Ohio. Come fight me.
Fuck my grandma.
I'm gonna get my ass kicked. I'm gonna be walking down the street and some
Dude,
dude's
you're
gonna
gonna
come up
get
to
the
me.
shit-
He's gonna
yeah,
be
you
like,
should never go.
He's like, I heard that shit you said about it. Poop, 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 poop.
I think you're putting too much faith in our podcast that it's just reaching
Wait,
every
wait,
random
nobody
person.
from Newark, Ohio is
Yeah.
listening to this
You
shit.
guys
reaching-
have like 12 listeners. So
Damn, Jordan, why you gotta?
dude, I'll down your shit all day. I don't give a fuck about this podcast.
That's why you spilled your beer just now.
Yeah.
I'm
Also,
gonna go bad on everyone. Like right here at the end.
So I have a question. Obviously, I got a lot of questions, right? So
Yeah.
when it comes to like, so you're old enough to remember this, but like the self-serve boom, right? Like when things just turned over to like everything you're doing yourself. And I mean like, you know, you go to Meijer and like you're checking out and you're checking yourself out and like all the shit you can do online and stuff like that. Just the self-serve boom of the past like 15 years. Are you a
Right.
pro? Are you like, do you love self-serve options or do you still want to walk in and talk to people?
Dude, see, it's changing though.
Tell me.
Because like in my earlier 20s, like that was very much a thing. Like you go to and I still go to the self checkout if I got like fucking one or two things.
Sure.
But dude, if I got a fucking cart full of shit, dude, I'm not fucking rolling over there and servicing myself.
I do.
I'm gonna go over there.
Servicing
I'm gonna
myself.
talk to Linda while she rings my shit. And then the very kind, mentally handicapped fellow at the end of the thing is gonna put my stuff in a bag.
badly.
And I love all of that experience. It's fucking
I agree.
fantastic.
They bag very badly.
Okay.
Hey man, I mean, they're doing.
No, I'm all about it. I don't mean that in a disparaging way. It was like, I have a lot of extra bags, is all I'm saying. It's like one item per bag.
Like,
What do you do? What do you do with all those extra bags?
I put them all in one bag and I have
And then
it in
what?
my pantry.
And
And,
for-
if
and
I
then
need
what-
a bag for something.
For
Your
what?
pantry.
What do you need bags for?
Like if I'm changing the trash can in my bathroom, I have Kroger bags in that trash can.
That's
Yeah, you have-
that's
you
fucking
definitely have, like-
economically smart.
You have 375 Kroger bags, and you get 75 every time you go.
I have so many
you have a
Kroger bags.
massive-
And
First
I
of
feel,
all-
now you made me feel really bad
You
about
could
the way I
feed
reacted
all
to
the
that
children
story.
in Africa
No.
with your Kroger bags.
It's fine. I'm the edge case because I do my grocery shopping at like midnight. There's a very
You
nice
do a lot of weird things after bedtime.
not what do you mean after
Yeah.
bedtime? You have to define
Bedtime's
bedtime.
10 p.m.
Child bedtime.
Fuck both of y'all's bedtimes.
10 p.m.
I definitely don't do that. I'm usually not even at the gym by 10 p.m.
See, that's weird, man.
How's that weird?
Because you're living like a fucking vampire, and it upsets me.
I'm sleeping, standing up.
I don't.
This is bullshit.
Well, no, you're just fucking. You go out like. You'll text me at like fucking 2 a.m. and be like,
I'm getting up and going to the bathroom.
I found this cool beat. I'm like, dude,
Go for it.
You need to fucking. Are we taking? Dude, can we pause and take a piss break? 'Cause
No.
We're pausing.
We can't.
Pause it.
Put it back.
Just pause it.
Keep talking.
Dude, my dick's about to explode.
All right.
We're back from our drunk pee break.
We are back from our pee
I
break.
had to go, man. My dick was hard with piss. Hard with piss.
Like your wiener was full of pee?
Full of pee, like it had an erection, but it was
Just pee.
it's like a long water balloon. Well, not that long,
man.
but
You know those things where you like try to grab them and then they turn inside out or something. So you can't keep.
Oh yeah.
What are those called?
I don't know. I just thought they were just pocket pussies for children.
Oh my God. I have a
shit.
hilarious story that I just thought of.
About those? About
Colin-
pocket pussies?
He said
Colin also fucked one of those.
He said pocket pussies for children.
I love gin and tonic, Colin. I'm just saying.
No, last 2 nights ago, I'm at Sonic Temple and I'm watching System of a Down, which I'm sorry guys, they were boring as fuck.
Really?
I've never seen them in my life,
Wow.
and I wanted to see them to say that I got to see a band that I've been listening to for over 20 years.
Right.
And I appreciate it, and it was awesome, and they played everything I wanted to hear except for Spiders, but they were just really boring. But they had a sign language interpreter.
That wasn't them though. That was Sonic Temple, right?
I don't care. I don't
Okay.
know who it was.
They just have.
Anyway,
I feel like they have those people
there was
on
a
hand.
there was a sign language interpreter who
all
was
big-
interpreting the songs, and he was
Yeah.
feeling it, and it was awesome.
Sure.
I'm totally down. I think that's so cool because somebody who can't hear it is feeling it, and they're seeing a guy like feeling the interpretation, and that's really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Anyway, the System of a Down at the song was like talking about, "Don't you love my big cock?" And like he kept saying cock, and every time he said cock in the song, the sign language guy literally went.
Oh, that's the
Like,
sign language for
that's
cock?
a good
Like he
one.
flopped his arm from his elbow to his fingertips.
Well, but
He
you don't
fucking
know-
Flopped that shit
I
down.
mean, it's not like. That's probably big cock.
Yeah.
But like regular cock is probably like something like.
But
Yeah.
it was just like he's singing the song and he kept going,
Cup
"Don't
the
you?"
balls.
And he kept like flopping a giant penis.
Do you think he was doing that because that's part of his show, or do you think he was doing that because he's like, wow, this sign language guy has to say big cock over
I don't
and
know,
over?
but it was awesome. It was so funny. It was so funny.
So I'm gonna direct us into something that we get into just about every time, which is trivial things that bother us.
I have a follow up.
Well, first let's get to your follow up.
Today, when I was getting my ingredients for gin and tonics,
Okay.
I'm at the liquor store counter at Giant Eagle in Upper Arlington. The girl working the counter, she goes, you got a Giant Eagles card?" She works
At the Giant Eagle.
Eagle. And she asked me
I mean, honestly,
if I have a Giant Eagles card.
but here's the thing.
That is
Out-
the Eagles. As if he is the
it works for
hockey.
all of them. I'm not trying to advocate for the thing that was literally my thing that I hated. People putting S's on shit that shouldn't be there. But honestly, that card.
She said, "Do you have a Giant Eagles card?"
Yes.
Or did she said,
Do you have
Giant? Do you have Giant Eagles card?
Yeah.
In no universe
Do you have Giant?
was what she said right.
Ah.
She worked there and she pluralized it in the way that you're not supposed to.
That's tight.
Not
Which one do you
fun.
go to?
He said Upper Arlington.
Hey, don't fucking-
Upper Arlington.
Yeah, that shit's wild. They have like wine
decline.
tastings and all kinds of
Dude,
crazy shit at that one.
People go hang out with there.
You know why? Because they have that thing called the Eagle's Nest where you can drop your kids off.
Dude, sure,
That's true, but like, can you imagine
Hang out.
Can I
being
imagine
like
what?
a rich ass suburban person and be like, it's Friday night. You know what? I'm gonna go fucking hang out at the grocery store.
I mean, do you not
Sorry,
do that?
man.
Free babysitter.
No, I go to the grocery store real quick to get some drinks to get fucked up at home.
You said home. I'm
Home.
feeling how you said home though. No, so I'll take the first.
Do it.
I'll take the first one here.
Go.
My trivial thing that bothers me is people who they respond to like a social media post, like let's say it's a Facebook post. They respond to it and they make a typo, but instead of fucking fixing it, they just comment again. They'll be like, they misspelled a word. And like all you have to do is
the fucking edit button.
That's what I'm saying. Just edit that shit. And so every other asshole that comes to it doesn't know that you're a real piece of shit. But nah, they're like, fuck it. I'm just going to leave a second comment or even a third. I mean, there's people
asterisk.
Yeah, with an asterisk, right? Wait, do you say asterisk? That's how it's spelled, but nobody fucking says
asterisk.
That. Do you say it that way too?
Asterisk.
I'm the only fucking...
Hey, Jeff, did you know that you're supposed to say things how they're spelled?
Look, you guys can knuckle bump all you want and all that.
I'm just gonna tickle it.
Tickle fingers and all that shit. I just say asterisk. I cut off real abruptly.
You're from the south side.
It is. It's because I'm from the south. Okay, I'll make an effort, but there's a lot of fucking things that's happening at the end there that I don't like to do. Asterisk.
You know what though? It as annoying as that is, it does actually help the algorithm.
What algorithm? What are you talking about?
It makes it show up in more people's feeds because there's more comments on it. There's more activity on it. The algorithm says,
I see what you're saying.
People are commenting on this, therefore I'm going to show it in other people's feeds.
Damn, can I get some people to comment on this podcast? Like I don't want whole sentences anymore. I want one word, the second word, and I want you to get that whole sentence in before the next person starts typing. You feel me?
That's solid. That's a solid plan.
So we'll go to our guest next. Jordan, what's a trivial thing that bothers you?
Pet peeve.
It's not really a pet peeve, but it's just a thing. I've just been thinking about this. Like, so you know when you'll like smack like a small insect, like a gnat,
Sure,
or something, and they just don't care at all. They just keep doing whatever they're doing. Like you could hit them like as hard as you can, like full force, and they'll just keep doing gnat stuff over there.
good gnats. I fucked you up with that, didn't I?
How big of a person would you have to be for them to hit me and I'd just be like, oh, totally fine?
You mean like real life humans?
I mean, obviously it'd be like a giant or like a mythical creature. But like how big would they have to be before like they could hit me as hard as they want?
Yeah.
And it would just move me to a different place and I'd be like, I'm very cool. Like
It's like getting
like I'm 5'10". If someone that's 7 foot hits me, that's gonna hurt.
Like,
but if you're
what you're saying is how big does a person have to be to make it feel like when I get hit, like when you hit
like
a gnat?
when I smack a gnat,
I mean,
they're just like, I don't
think
give a
about
shit
it. Think about it. Not even dinosaurs would be big enough. You're talking about a gnat, which is like a dot of ink on the palm of your hand.
The next step up is God, man.
Yeah. You'd have to get hit by like
God.
a fucking. You keep saying God, but
You're taking this to a weird place.
you keep saying God. I'm not getting.
You're making it
God,
feel like
man.
I'm not getting bitch smacked by God.
What kind
Jesus
of power?
Christ.
What kind of power does he have over me then? Probably nothing, because
First
he
of
can't
all-
even fucking smack me.
Yeah.
Hey,
Me and God would hang out because he was turning like water into wine and shit, and I'd be like, I don't have to buy any.
No, that's Jesus. That's not God.
Oh my God.
I mean, same difference, but
yeah,
it was the
the
better
son
version.
of,
It was
right?
the better version of God.
The son of.
it wasn't the same though.
Jesus was.
They're all in one.
They are all in
Did
one,
you-
but Jesus
Like
was
a
the
Milky
better
Way.
version.
It's like a Milky Way.
I thought you said his nose wasn't the same. I was like, you know what God's nose looked like? I thought you said his nose wasn't the same.
Dude, I've done acid before.
So you know what everybody's nose.
Everyone's nose. Yeah, that's
Melts off.
That's exactly what happens when you do acid. You can see everyone's nose in the world. It's a very
we talked about
trivial experience.
do you do shrooms too?
Yeah, when I can find them. Hey, if anyone's listening, sell me drugs.
Don't do that. We were talking about you just got to go to Denver. It's on its way.
Yeah, well, yeah, they decriminalized it.
Yeah.
But weed's been decriminalized in Ohio since the 70s. So.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah, it has.
You
Sure it is.
really?
Look it up. Fucking educate yourself.
That's
You
I
can
didn't know
have
that.
in Ohio you can have 4 ounces of reefer before
Yeah.
Reefer.
before it's more than a slap on the
Reefer.
wrist misdemeanor.
Reefer is such a dad word.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
can. It's like up to.
That's what my dad calls
it's
it.
up to 100 grams.
Yeah.
Like
And an
before
ounce-
100 grams, it's a misdemeanor.
An
ticket.
ounce is 28 grams.
That's what decriminalizing means. It doesn't mean that they can sell it.
It's a minor if you
It
have
just
less than 100
takes
grams
it
of
down.
reefer, that is a minor misdemeanor. It is not on your. It's a ticket. It's not on your record. Anything.
Got it.
It's like speeding or
That's a
parking
lot of
somewhere
weed.
that you shouldn't be.
It's a lot of weed.
do you guys have many tickets on your record?
I have no,
No.
tickets, dude.
You have no. Have you?
Zero
You've
tickets.
never got a ticket.
Never got a ticket.
Me either. What about a seatbelt ticket or anything?
No.
Okay, well, I did get that. You still
I've
have some
got
years.
Well, then you just lied to us. Don't
No.
fucking listen to this podcast. It's a bunch of liars.
I meant like moving violations.
No, yeah, no.
I've never got one of those.
One time, and I use this as a example of white privilege. I'm going to take it deep here.
Yeah, you are. I see where you're going.
I got something to add on after this. Yeah.
But one time I was on my way home from a show at Ace of Cups. I lived in Hilliard, and I'm going through Grandview,
Out in the yard.
and I'm pretty drunk.
Hell
I
yeah.
should not have been driving home.
Shouldn't have been driving through
Okay.
Grandview.
I'm in a minivan because I'm a parent,
Well, that's safer.
but I shouldn't have been driving. Anyway, this young Grandview cop pulls me over because he goes, "You know how fast you were going?" And I was on Fifth Avenue, and he's like, I was like, "No, I don't." And he goes, "Yeah, you were going 55 and a 25," and I was like, "Cool." And I was tipsy or drunk, and it's and I'm going 30 over, and I didn't have proof of insurance on me.
Jesus.
You know what he said to me? He said,
I'm going to shoot you.
"Get home safe."
What
Wow.
the fuck?
And
Hey,
it's
Grandview,
it's
get your fucking police department together.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking letting this is
Truthfully-
valuable income. Y'all
truthfully,
could be
I was
taking
probably,
in.
I was
You're
probably,
fucking shit up.
I was probably 10 years older than the guy too, but
Were you just like he was
it was
intimidated
like
by
I
your
got home.
age?
It was like I got home and I was like embarrassed about it. It was like, man, like
he was like,
how did I get away with that shit? I was
Yeah.
half
Embarrassed.
drunk, going 30 over, less than 30 speed limit.
I got pulled over on the way here one time.
Bullshit.
I was
I
coming
should
down
have been
Hudson.
arrested.
And I was only coming down Hudson because we had like, I don't know, we were leaving a show, but I like drove separately or something. I went to Hudson to get some fucking Wendy's. And Hudson is like all the way down the high street. It's like a downhill. It's a real slight downhill, but it's a downhill. So I don't even think I was like touching the fucking,
on Hudson?
yeah.
Oh, the dip. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like from Summit. It's about a
just
straight
let it go.
mile and a half of downhill. And I started to drive, and I'm like pushing the gas. And I'm like, I don't need to push the gas. I let off, and I'm just coasting. I'm going 10 over. That's it, just 10 over. But I did come from Newark, Ohio, where we were doing fucking SoCo and Lime all night. And he pulls me over, and he's like, where are you coming from? I think I had like a fucking tie on or something crazy. I had some like crazy outfit on. He's like, "Where are you coming from?"
Crazy outfit, dude. Like a tie.
Yeah, like but nothing else. No, no, just a fucking tie. It was around my dick. So he pulls me over, and I got a bag of Wendy's. I'm just going home, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was just I just let off the gas." And he's like, "Are you drunk?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "All right, we're just looking for drunk people," and he lets me go. That was it. And I wasn't drunk, but like, because I had from Newark until Columbus to sober up. But I did have drinks. But that's all they were looking for. They didn't run my license plate. They didn't do shit. They just let me go. And I can't help but think that was probably the same situation.
Like, what's the qualification for that question to that answer?
Are you drunk?
Just being like, are you drunk? As long as someone's like, yeah.
Nah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No, I'm not drunk, man.
I was going to...
No.
Like, unless you almost say yes, I feel like you're totally fine.
I got pulled over.
Do they know that they have...
No, I'm good.
Do they know that they have equipment to test you?
Yeah, they should have.
Like, check it out?
I got pulled over when
man.
I left my birthday
Not
party.
advocating for cops, but like, obviously, you need advocated for. You're dropping the ball.
No, they're not dropping the ball. They're using discretion.
Oh my god.
It's a legal activity.
It is. I got pulled over when I left my
Freaking drive
birthday.
every day.
My wife set up like a birthday thing at the fucking laser tag place. I can't think of what it's called now. It used to be called Hard Knocks. I don't know if it still is or not, but it was like tactical laser tag with like, it's the same thing SWAT uses, right? And so you get like full vest and you get like this fucking, you get to choose between like a shotgun and like an AR, and they have different patterns.
So everyone has an Affliction shirt.
No, nobody did. First of all, there's a bar in the front of this place.
Blue line hats.
Yeah, I don't believe you at all. Dude, there was a Punisher shirt there with one blue line down the Punisher tooth.
Oh, man.
For sure.
No, there was not.
For sure that was there.
It was all young kids who play Call of Duty and wanted to take it to the next level. So we go and we drink some beers. We do the fucking tactical laser tag, which is like Call of Duty, because what they do is they set up these scenes. And it's like there's barrels and you're in a fucking warehouse. It's full on shit. I'm gonna show you the pictures after this, and you're gonna be like, damn, that's actually semi-tight.
Well, that's the problem is you were taking pictures and you weren't playing lasers.
I didn't take pictures of it. I'm saying I got out real quick. I learned that I'd be dead in the war. Like, I learned that real quick.
It's because those motherfuckers practice twice a day.
They do. So I go and I get on the freeway, cut a sheriff off. Like when you fucking spilled your beer everywhere. So
why? But why though?
I didn't mean to. You think I fucking intentionally?
I'm drinking this last one.
Yeah, dude, drink it. You think I intentionally cut a sheriff off?
Where are your surroundings?
That's what I'm saying. I was in my wife's car. I did not adjust the mirrors to be for me. She's significantly shorter than me. I look over. I do just a glance. I go, glance. And I look back.
This is no longer a podcast, man. This is a police training video.
Yeah.
Hey, do this.
No. So I cut him off. Bloop, bloop. He hits the lights and the sirens. Oh, fuck. I had a couple drinks, but I hadn't had, I mean, I played laser tag after the drink, so like, I feel like I sobered up. He gets me out, and he does like the quick field sobriety test with like the pen and follow the light with your eyes and like walk this line. I did that shit. I passed it with flying colors. I got back in my car and I fucking left. I was okay. I feel like the cops are okay. They're good at using discretion. Like, I drank a while ago. I think he's okay. He's good. He passed all the fucking tests. Send him on his way. I do like, it's my fault though. I cut a cop off.
But also it depends on like what time of the month you do that.
Oh, you mean quotas? You talking about quotas? They said there are no quotas.
Bullshit.
I know. I call bullshit on that too.
Hey.
I'm gonna be the
You want to wrap up?
I'm gonna be the bleeding heart liberal here though, and say though it also has to do with the fact that you're white.
It probably was.
Yeah,
that's the bullshit about
Our
it.
black brother and sisters don't
No, they do not
have the privilege of being pulled over and.
I mean, don't say it like that. Don't be a fucking. Our black brothers and sisters.
It does, but
it's true. I'm not trying to be a dick about it.
I know, but you're just the way you said it made it seem weird.
You know why? It's because you feel weird about it.
I do feel weird about it because they're just other people to me.
Yeah, and I grew up around every fucking buddy.
I understand that.
Right? Yeah, dude.
I don't mean it like that.
I have this part in my stand-up where I say that I had seen black people before. Like it's just kind of like a lead up, but like every time I say it, all the black people that are in the audience laugh, and all the white people go, "He just said black." It's weird, but I keep saying it because every black person laughs, and I love it. It makes me happy.
They get it,
and that's
me happy.
Awesome. I don't mean to come across like I'm trying to be holier
I was
than
just
now.
fucking with you.
No, I get
don't
it.
give a
I get
shit.
it. I get it.
Shut.
But no, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we should probably I said proggy. I meant probably. Like, probably.
Proggy.
We should probably just wrap it up. I really want to get you to the secret show. And
I'm gonna get there, and it's just gonna be the distillers and not Refuse. And
I
be
wish
super bummed.
I wish I could tell you how long we've been recording, but I don't know because I started it over and we took that pee break, and so we are.
Yeah, it's 9:18.
We're 18 minutes back from the pee break, and I feel like we were just over an hour, so we're about at the time that we like to be. I want to ask about this though.
Oh yeah,
you wanted to talk. You were like jizzing hard on this rig.
Yeah, dude. So I don't know if you can see this over here on YouTube behind Jeff. This is my favorite cab setup. 2 Mesas. Mesa makes the best cabs, in my opinion. Orange makes good cabs too. So does Pete.
No, Mesa makes the best cabs.
But I like the way Mesa cabs sound.
That makes the best cabs.
Especially through an EVH 5150 through a Mesa.
Why would you not use a 5150 cab that's perfectly paired and matched for the sound?
Because that's not the sound I want to go
as
for.
good.
Anyway, he's got a 412 and a 212, right?
Yep.
And that is my shit right here. In my opinion, a 612 is the perfect getup. And I got one of my good friends has a woodworking business called A Carpenter's Son, and they do like really fancy wood tables for design firms and boardrooms and shit like that. Anyway, I've been wanting to get with him, and I want to, just for my own sake, make my own cab.
612?
And I want to do a 612.
Are you going to use
the
Celestion speakers? Go with it?
I'll do my research.
You know what's crazy is I think in Grandview, I think there's a place called, and I don't know if it's exactly called this, but I feel like it's called A Woodworker's Daughter. Is that not the same fucking thing?
That sounds
a
like
carpenter's
a Reba
son.
McEntire song.
No, that's a coal miner's
His
daughter.
whole thing,
Same thing.
No, my boy's whole thing with the carpenter's son is that his dad was literally a carpenter, but also he's a Christian. Jesus was a carpenter.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You took it back to that?
It's true.
That's true. He was. I've heard that.
Honestly,
that is the story passed down.
No, if you want to, because being as somebody who's been in the church for 7/8 of his life,
Yeah.
And somebody who's like really kind of gone hard into what does history say about Jesus, was not a carpenter. Most likely he was a stonemason.
His ass also wasn't born on December 25th.
Well, that's true.
We fucking know that from the Bible, okay?
Well, that's true. But most likely...
But we still be celebrating Christmas.
Most likely Jesus was a working class dude, but most likely he was breaking rocks and he was not making wood stuff. He was a stonemason. Most likely.
A mason?
Yeah.
Most likely.
A mason?
Not that kind of
Oh, see what I did? Turned it around on your ass. I'm going to ask one more question before we get out of here. And because we have 3 musicians here, I felt like this is the appropriate question to ask. Is there any song, record, or full album, like anything, that's just, you know every fucking word to, but is like lightweight embarrassing?
Embarrassing?
The entire first Further Seems Forever record.
What? You mean with like The Moon Is Down and all that?
The Moon Is Down.
Dude, so Chris Carrabba.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't a fan.
10 times better than anything he ever did. 100 times better than anything he ever did in Dashboard Professional.
I would agree with that to an extent. There's a couple Dashboard songs that I think are better than anything he did with Further Seems Forever.
Sure.
But Jason Gleason is my fucking jam. Like How to Start a Fire, that Further Seems Forever.
That record's good. And
Shut up! We can't even talk if you're going to say that record is not as good as The Moon Is Down.
It's not.
Oh my God.
The Further Seems Forever with John Bunch is better than the Jason Gleason.
No.
But
False news.
the first Further Seems Forever record, I not only have all of the words memorized, all of the harmonies memorized, but also all of the guitar riffs and all of the drum fills. That is a record that I have been listening to consistently for 25
Here's the thing,
years.
though. That record is still in the wheelhouse of music that people could look at you and say, like, you might like. You know what mine is?
Go.
Brad Paisley. Like the fucking country dude?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I was in a joke rap group, I was in a joke rap group with Steve Tuttle.
Sex 14.
Sex 14, right. And he used to play.
Solid name, by the way.
Yeah.
Great wordplay. That's a pun.
Yeah, it is.
It's a pun.
It's a dad joke. Because it's 614 is the area code, and it was sex.
Oh, I get it.
Correctly.
No, I know you fuckers get it.
No one outside of the city is looking at this. But
yes, huh? We have folks in Norway that listen to every episode. Shout out to fucking Norway. Shout out to Norway.
Except
man.
Norway's not good as Finland.
Someone's got a VPN.
But we might not have Finland. I don't know.
Simula
Is from Finland.
Finland.
Anyway, so Steve Tuttle used to play this song all the time.
You're like, fuck Scandinavia.
He used to play this song all the time.
Man, I told you I was gonna go bad. Hey man, fuck all the Norway.
I've said this before. I grew up on country because my mom listens to country.
Sure.
So I've got this little bit of country like inside of me somewhere that's like buried deep behind visions of disorder, right? So I said visions. I put a fucking S. I did the thing.
You just Kroger's that
I did.
shit.
I did the thing. Vision of disorder.
I'm
anyway,
going to Target's to get some
I got a little bit of
bedding.
country in me. And he played the song, and I'd always be like, damn, I like that song. Who is that? And he's like, Brad Paisley. So I fucking got the album and fell in love with the Brad Paisley album. I don't know which one.
I don't like country music, but shout out to Brad Paisley for not wearing a cowboy hat.
What the fuck? He does wear a cowboy hat.
No, he
Yes,
fucking
he does.
wears.
No,
he
he totally
fucking wears
does.
a baseball hat.
He also sometimes wears a cowboy hat.
Well, fuck
There's
him
only
for,
2 hats.
fuck him
Yeah.
fuck him for wearing a cowboy hat.
Dude, if you're white, there's 2 hats.
No, you can wear a fedora.
Hey, dude, if you're white,
That's true. If you're
and
white,
you're
there's
not
3
in a
hats.
ska band,
There's 4 hats.
there's 2 hats.
If you're not a
There's-
ska
no, no,
band,
no.
or if you're not on 4chan.
There's the Boston hardcore like pinch the newspaper boy hats.
Yeah.
We're up to 4 hats. Anyway, Brad Paisley's fucking dope.
No, fuck this. How many hats
I was
are there
literally
for white
saying.
people?
I was literally saying. I
How
like
many
Brad
hats
Paisley.
do we have, man?
Yeah, he shreds on guitar too.
Because
He's a
he wears
fantastic
baseball
guitar
hat.
player.
And he is a
Fantastic
really good
guitar
guitar
player.
player.
So what about you? What's like your fucking album or record or anything that's like mad embarrassing, but you know every lyric to, and do not say Eminem?
No, I'm not. Well, the thing I was gonna say is like I'm not embarrassed by anything, but like one of my favorite albums that is not like you wouldn't expect is Red by Taylor Swift. That's one of my favorite
that's a
albums in the
fucking
whole
banger.
world. It's a banger, dude.
It's a banger.
It's a banger.
You know what's crazy about the album is like people who are into production and shit. Shout out to Brian Kozicki. Like people that are into production.
I was gonna say that earlier. Kazuki was running sound at Sonic Temple. I don't know what stage he was running.
I
but,
saw
like,
that too, but he
was
said
definitely
that
running
the
sound.
production was so good on Red that he would sound check PAs to it.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's a fucking fantastic album.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't been embarrassed since I was fucking in middle school, man.
Fuck that.
I'm not embarrassed about things I listen to.
I mean, I'm not embarrassed, but I think it'd be surprising to people to know that I can sing every fucking word to like,
Yeah,
She's Everything,
surprising, yeah.
Alcohol, I'm Still a Guy, like all those records, all those fucking albums, I can jam all that shit. I know every lyric. I can sing all
Hey,
of
man,
it.
it's okay. You can touch your leg against my leg. You don't have to say sorry every time.
Yeah, we're progressive here at this podcast.
Hey, man, we can touch knees. Dude, we're the good white people. We touch knees together.
Yeah. So I called out your watch earlier. What's this watch? It looks
That's
fucking baller as shit.
Movement watch. This is 100% fake gold.
This
Hell yeah,
this
it
shit
is.
is plated.
Definitely, yeah. This was $130.
See, that's why I
It's
go
a tight
with.
ass watch though. It holds up, man. MVMT movement watches. Hey, they're great.
He's trying to get a
This is-
sponsorship.
I'm trying to get a sponsorship for your fucking podcast.
It's not for a podcast. You want to get it
They
for your
have so many
stand-up.
styles and varieties.
We did something
You
similar.
want to go on the MVMT comedy tour?
They have a thing.
I mean,
is that a thing?
No.
Oh shit! I thought that was a thing. No, and I saw it earlier. I was telling him when I first saw like the movement watches. I saw MVMT. I was like, is that a fucking Roman numeral? I was like, what the fuck is M stand for? What is V? V is
What's-
50, right?
M, V, and M are Roman numerals.
But T is not.
T is not.
Yeah, T is not.
yeah, it's not
So
a
that's what I
Roman
was saying. I was looking at it and I was like, God, what fucking number does that represent? And then I went to the website and I was like, movement.
Tell us in the comments, man. How many numbers is that? MVM.
T is a fucking trillion. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up, I think, right? Colin, you want to go to the show?
It's fine.
Colin, you want to go to the show?
This is my first priority.
It shouldn't be your first priority. We did talk about being trustworthy. You were very trustworthy. You showed up, even though I feel like you said you really didn't want to.
I wasn't into it today, but I'm into it.
It was
now.
fun. It was fun as fuck. I know it's your first priority, but I think we should wrap up so you can go to the show.
Cool.
Let's fucking do it.
Biggie
Heckin
bang.
Cool Dads Podcast number 7
Come see me at Club 20.
Do it.
On May 30th.
in Columbus,
Oh,
Ohio.
my first feature spot.
Do.
It's free. There's no money involved.
How's it a paying gig if there's no money?
Because I get $20, motherfucker.
God damn. All right. Come tip this motherfucker. This is fucking bullshit.
Buying beers.
Stuff.